Hello and welcome back once again to another episode of Boom Beach. Today we're taking on Dr. T on the tropical island. There has been a client update in the meantime as well, apart from the update which came about I think 2 or so days ago, or 3 days ago now. It's fixed all the bugs that came up in the latest update, which is pretty nice because we had Dr. Terra or Dr. T talking to us during stage 6 instead of after stage 7, so that was definitely weird. There's also been some task force problems, so whenever someone wrote base notes, the game would crash. I think that's only on certain devices though, but that was a big problem, so some of us don't have any base notes. That's changed now, so thankfully everything should be working as intended. So let's get right into it. I've also heard they've changed some of the critter sounds as well, but not that I've noticed because I don't play with my headphones on when I'm recording. Although I did actually play a little bit more yesterday. I did clear out most of my map. I did some pretty big upgrades. Both my tank upgrade maxed out, well not maxed out, up to level 10. And I've also maxed out one of my shock launchers. So that's been pretty good. I did boost my resource reward. Been a long time since I've boosted my resource reward, but I finally did it because that shock launcher takes 3.3 million resources of both wood, stone, and iron. So that's definitely quite a bit. Alright, let's go take on Dr. T. Shouldn't be too much of an issue over here as well. I think what we can do is, well, let's go ahead and just send in as many artillery as we can onto that headquarters. Alright, all I'd really do is just go shock that boom cannon, and you should be in a pretty good position. Those mortars are very low level, and mortars don't really do too much damage against warriors at a low level. Those level 21 mortars, the new ones that came in a little while ago, definitely do pack quite a punch though, and they can definitely harm me quite a lot. Alright, so over here on this stage, this seems like it's going to be another easy one. I think probably a good bet on this stage is to have a bit of fun and throw down a barrage right in the center over here, and let's see what that'll get us. Now that should get those supplies, and indeed it does, but it doesn't get that cannon. What I want to do is just get that cannon, and we should be able to do this stage pretty much with no shocks, I think. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and flare and smoke my troops onto this supply point, so that way they all gather up there, don't destroy it. And then we'll go flare right onto the headquarters. And I don't think I'll even need to smoke. Maybe I'll smoke once on the way there, just so nothing can really get to us. And then it's pretty much just a waiting game. I mean, there's no cannons about. Wow. Okay, that was super quick as well. My warriors are a little bit too strong. And supposedly Supercell have been, well, not supposedly, but they have been talking up a massive update in January. Unfortunately, I don't know what that is. I'm expecting a package any day now from Finland, from Supercell, in regards to Boom Beach though, so that should be exciting. Although I don't think it's got anything to do with the update. Although I don't know. I very well could be, so I'm very much excited for that. Should be interesting, and I will do an unboxing of it on the channel as well, because I think it's got something to do with the game, so it'd be interesting to see. I'm definitely going to have to flare my guys over here on the right hand side because we have lost quite a bit of health on them. Alright, so in the meantime, when I'm talking too much, I'm not really paying too much attention. What I should do is just go ahead and flare my guys up over here and smoke, and then we'll go smoke and flare onto the headquarters, and there we go. So I'm talking too much, not paying enough attention to actually what's happening. So over here, let's go ahead and use 2 shocks, maybe 3 even, just on the cannons because I don't want to lose any of my guys. Don't really need to do that shock on the far right, but I don't really want to lose any of my warriors. So cannons obviously eat them up one by one. So it seems like we've only lost 2. Those losses could have been omitted as well, but that's life, especially when you're blubbering on a little bit. Alright, so let's go check out stage 5 with 160 plus 163,000 health. It's getting quite a bit for Dr. T stage 5. Alright. So, I think we're just going to go straight up the middle. It's probably the best bet. I will have to clear out the path though. So, let's go use a barrage, probably. Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is use a barrage up on here, on this boom mine predominantly. Get rid of some of these other mines. And then I'll use one artillery. And that's all I'm going to use. I'm not going to go ahead and use another barrage because I think that would be very wasteful of us. So now, what I'm going to do is... You know what? I'm going to drop all of my warriors. And we'll get straight up onto that supply point. Alright, trying to be as conservative as we can. Then we'll get up onto the machine gun. And then onto the headquarters. Should be fairly easy. Problem is I've got 64 warriors, so they do split off a little bit. And branch off. But that's alright. And now we'll go get ready with, let's see. Pretty much just one shock. And then I'll throw the rest of the heals down. And nothing should really get to us. I mean, just a mortar and a couple of machine guns, a sniper tower as well, but we should be good. Let's go have a look. Indeed, we have not lost a single troop, so that was fairly good. Even though I did have a fair amount of health on the headquarters. That was a very easy Doctor's T Stage 5, so hopefully some of you guys that aren't usually taking on Stage 5 will not have any problems. Hopefully. Alright, so there's also been a couple of little problems with the achievements. Supposedly achievements disappeared for a little while, but that's been fixed, and there was a leaderboard problem as well. So all of that's been fixed, so that's great. So no problems there, thankfully. I did have a problem. I did want to buy some gems the other day, but I think my problem isn't really a problem with the game. It's more a problem with my iPad because of different names and stuff, because I tried to buy like a $15 pack of diamonds or gems, or well, they're diamonds, but it didn't end up coming, so I had to get a refund, and I think it's got something to do with just profile names or something of the sort. I'm not really quite sure. Did I even check the health on stage 6? No, I don't think I did. I think what I'm going to have to do is go check on stage 6 again, because I'm blabbering way too much today. Not sure why I'm in such a talkative mood. Anyways, got 160 plus 200,000 health this time. So what's that? 360,000. So I'm going to do exactly what I did last time. And we'll use a barrage and we'll chuck it pretty much on that machine gun. And that should clear out a lot of these mines. And okay, there's still 2 about, but that's alright. Then what I'm going to do... Okay, there's no shock launchers that I can see. That's always good. So what we're going to do is get up onto... I think that was a little bit too far to the left, but that's alright with me. Get up onto this mortar. Oh, left a little bit too much space there, I think. That's no good. We're going to lose a few guys over here. Alright. Left a little bit of space, too much space in fact, in between those smokes. So, using up a lot of heals at the moment, which is no good. I think all I've really got to do is use 2 shocks. And that's all I can use anyway. And then we'll go drop an artillery, or 2, or 3, or however many we can. Geez, our guys aren't attacking as quick as I'd like them to. We're going to suffer quite a few losses here, I think. So that is no good at all. Jeez. Very close to losing that stage. That was quite sloppy, but you guys can, I guess, figure out the path. Pretty much do the same thing, but just do it a little bit better than I did. I think that path is still fairly decent that we chose 54 losses. That is no good at all. Alright, so we're going to have to reinforce. No. Still on stage 6. He gives us that little bit of dialogue. And the map just moves as well, which is really weird, like to the top left where I'm using my submarine right now. So, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Now let's look for some diamond chests. Do we see any? I don't see any at the moment. So, we're going to have to wait it out, unfortunately. No one recording session. Let's go check out stage 7 though, you never know. Don't think I'll be able to take it down with my measly amount of warriors though. We've got 160 plus 224,000 health. Alrighty, so Dr. T stage 7, here we come. We've got 160 plus 224,000 health in the headquarters. Now getting there is going to be a little bit tricky because there's no real easy path that I can at least spot out. So I think probably the way I'm going to do this is, let's go ahead and barrage all of these mines up around here and probably end up going onto this boom cannon and then onto the headquarters. Or another way that we can do this is double smoking the beach, then getting onto this flamethrower and then trying to move diagonally to the headquarters. Now I think that's probably even a better strategy, but the only problem is that when we move diagonally there's a lot of these defenses in the way and there's a potential that our warriors can actually move off into weird directions. But I think I'm actually going to give that flamethrower shot a go because we don't use a barrage. Now I can't see any supplies right next to each other either. There is one shock launcher right on the beachfront, but that does not reach the headquarters either. So let's get right into it then and hope for the best. So we'll go ahead and double smoke the beach, drop all of our guys, and then go ahead and flare and smoke onto the flamethrower. Beautiful. Alrighty. Now we'll go ahead and smoke the way onto the headquarters, and actually that's not too bad at all. Cannot complain. I'm going to have to quickly throw a heal. Oh, thankfully didn't lose anyone. That was very close there though. And we'll get ready with 2 shocks right now. Alrighty, so 2 shocks, one on the shock launcher and one on the right hand side, so we get both those flamethrowers. That's very important. But other than that though, sending a couple more artillery that I've got left, and very minimal losses. I probably could have lost even less than that if I chucked those artillery a little bit quicker, because everything was able to attack us for a little bit. Those shocks did run out, but only 6 casualties there. Much better than stage 6 to say the least. But that is how I'd go about taking on Dr. T with Warriors on the 20th of December.